Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In Surah Baqarah, verse 15, Allah says, Allahu yastahzi'u bihim wa yumudduhum fi tughyanihim ya'mahun. Allah will throw back their mockery on them and give them rope in their trespasses, so they will wander like blind ones. Now, while talking so much about worshipping Allah, walking on the path of Islam, staying away from taghut, the one question that many Muslims ask is that why is the path of Islam so difficult? When we are trying to do good deeds, we're trying to get close to Allah and staying away from taghut, why does our life become even more difficult while our friends who are not on the path of Islam, they seem to be so happy? Does that mean Allah is angry with us? Now, in this context, this verse is very important. Having been revealed in Medina, this verse is targeting the munafiqeen, people who were calling themselves Muslims but were not on the path of Islam. They would indulge in haram, they would make fun of the commands of Allah, they would choose the easy path instead of struggling. These were people who kept oscillating back and forth in Islam. At times they would follow the Prophet when it was convenient and easy, and then they would ignore him when a difficult command was given, such as jihad. Allah would give them many opportunities to do tawbah and to follow the straight path of Islam. But their love for dunya, their fear of losing society would stop them from doing the right thing. Eventually, their hearts would become so hard that they would introduce their own version of Islam, a version that was very simple and easy. A version where they can pray to Allah however they want, whenever they want, and a version where even haram things become halal. At that point, Allah extends them rope. This is what He's saying in this verse. He extends them rope, which means He opens the gates of all good things so that they can thoroughly enjoy this dunya. They are given wealth, children, promotion, power, status, everything. And they think that they have tricked Allah. They think Allah is giving them so much because He is happy with them. So now they can have the best of both worlds. They get to enjoy dunya and they will get to enjoy akhirah. But on the day of judgment, Allah will throw their mockery back at them, just like the verse says. It's like saying on the day of judgment, Allah will say, the joke's on you. At that point, they will see only Jahannam waiting for them, and they will have no chance of attaining Allah's mercy. So clearly what this verse means is that those who do the opposite, those who try and walk the path of Islam, try and follow Allah's commands, struggle with all their might to fight their nafs, their fears, and the whispers of shaitan, their rope will not be extended. The gates of all good things will not be given to them. It will not be opened for them. They will face hardship and tests. But the question is why? When you make a sincere commitment to walk on the path of Islam, that is when your training begins. As I mentioned in the previous episodes, that is when Allah starts preparing you for His service. And as you know, training in any field is always difficult. Imagine if you just completed your degree and you want to now work in a company. Can you become the CEO or the president of the company in the first day? Can you tell them that, listen, I have a degree, I have all the knowledge that is required, I have studied a lot about this company, so I'm ready to be the president? Or imagine you just completed your MBBS degree. Can you become a specialist in your field the next day? Can you become a qualified surgeon the next day? The answer is no, because you have the knowledge, but you don't have the experience. Gaining knowledge is easy, but practically applying that knowledge, that is very difficult. When you are out in the real world, that is when you realize that at times the problems you face are so unique that you haven't studied anything about it in your books. At times you realize that there are so many different solutions that could be applied to the same problem, and no one taught you which solution is the best one. This is what experience teaches you. You make many mistakes, but then you start learning from those mistakes, and this is a kind of learning that books cannot give you. And once the training ends, you come out as a different person. You know how to deal with each and every situation. You are patient, calm, very wise. then you are fit to become the president of the company or a specialist in your field. And this is exactly what Allah does with His believing slaves. Once you decide that you want to get close to Allah and you want to achieve excellence in faith, your training begins. You will start to experience lots of tests and hardships. And at that point, you might have studied a lot of the Quran. You might have memorized many of the stories in the Quran. But it is only when your heart feels that kind of pain, when you are put through those actual life experiences, that is when the verses of the Quran will really talk to you and you will really understand Allah's message. So don't look towards those who love dunya, complaining about why their lives are so happy. They aren't in the training program while you have been selected for something great because you decided to make the right choice. Assalamu alaikum.